Dear friends, it's the 21st of February. Nice and sunny day. Wish the snow would go away, but no, it's minus 12 Celsius here, so nice and cold. At which point, most NATO trucks and equipment starts to freeze up. Oil's not right, and the fuel's usually not winterized. But hey, that's NATO. So today is going to be the big speech from President Putin on the upcoming anniversary, 1 year anniversary. Basically, the government's already said, and we're in this for the long haul, for the long war. We're ready to go at this. We've got enough munitions already stored. Never mind, we're producing mass quantities. We have one tank plant that produces more tanks than the entire NATO bloc. That's just one tank plant. Modern tanks. Per month, we're producing about 50. The one Abrams plant produces 12 per month. And, the Germans and nobody else really produces tanks anymore anyways. Challengers, I think, getting produced a few a month by the English. So, not hard to outrun, and that's just one. So, Biden came over there to uphold his autocratic little whore, which is interesting, that Americans, they sit there, you sit there, and you watch something like East Palestine, which I actually lived there for a year, 1980. East Palestine getting raped by big corporations. I mean, raped to death, literally to death. People are on the verge of dying. Their livestock is dead, and there's no money for them. By the way, $500 million more just going to Zelensky. Because, he's paying Biden back. The big guy's getting his share. And all you suckers out there in America are just that, sheep and suckers. You're getting screwed. Your kids are already screwed, and you may be on the verge of nuclear war. But hey, Biden's getting his big share. He's the big guy's getting his cut. That's all that matters. You don't matter. None of you matter. And if something like East Palestine doesn't show you that you don't matter, you are meat. You're just a little bit higher grade meat as far as the United States government is concerned than everybody else in this world. I mean, seriously. And the Republicans, do you hear a word out of them? Really? Even all the populists are supposed to be, we're against this war. They're not saying much about it. Maybe they're already getting their cut. After all, that is what it's all about. Getting the cut. Once you get the cut, it's screw the little sheep and the serfs. Who cares about them? That's you. Anyways, I'm off on a tangent. My apologies. So watch Tucker Carlson. I do watch him. He's entertaining. And he's right. For the most part, he's right. So watch Tucker Carlson. It's interesting. He's talking about Russia-China alliance, which, by the way, yes, you did create a lot further than it ever would have gone otherwise. But again, it's interesting watching the American silly stereotypes. The world's biggest gas fields are going to be now linked with the world's biggest economy. Gentlemen. Oh, and Chinese technology, which a good chunk of it is based off of our technology because, here's a surprise, and you can look it up if you want to. Russia graduates more engineers than any other country in the world. Has and does. More than China, who has a population literally 10 times larger than ours. Okay, it's less than 10 times now, but 9 times. And more than America. The only thing that keeps you going with your dumbed-down education system is the fact you still have a printing press. That's fading away pretty quick. And you can buy talent around the world for now anyways. And once that money isn't worth much and it's going away, and the dollar's fading, you think that talent's going to stick around? You think they came for the American dream? Well, some of them probably did. Most of them came because they're getting paid. Then they go to wherever else they're getting paid. Back to Russia, back to China, back to wherever. And once you ain't got enough money because your money's not worth anything, you ain't going to be buying up technology that you can then claim as your own. Yeah, well, there's that little bit of reality. The reality check. We produce a huge amount of technology. We always have. Hell, you wouldn't even have the table of elements if it wasn't for a Russian. Never mind everything else. So, yeah. So it's watching the stereotypes. You still can't understand why you can't beat us. We outproduce you. Not because we're a gas tank masquerading as a country. Because we have a huge manufacturing base that's actually working. We outproduce you because we have the raw resources. We outproduce you because we have the brain power. When are you going to get your first hypersonic that can go Mach 8? You barely got one that can go Mach 4, kinda, if you believe the test. Now, if you believe the Raytheon test when the Patriot first came out, you're a fool. Since they lied through their teeth. I'm pretty sure they're pretty much lying now, too. But they're getting the big bucks. Oh, for the shareholders, anyways. See, you know why we can do hypersonics? Because we can do nanotechnology. Because the nanocoatings, the carbon tubes, nanocoating is what keeps the missile from melting while it's in flight. And our hypersonic delivery systems go Mach 20. Well, the missile itself goes Mach 10. In orbit, it separates, 11 warheads go out, and they go Mach 20. That's from orbit to New York being a big mushroom cloud in about 20 seconds. And they maneuver. Never mind that you ain't got any damn computer system that can come up with a formula fast enough to try to take one of those down, even if they were going a straight line. A Mach 20, it's 20,000 kilometers per hour. That means in 1 hour, it can go around the world easily. 20,000 kilometers per hour. Okay, maybe not around the world, but pretty close to it. I think the world's, 30? You ain't got anything that comes even close to that technology. You got one that supposedly goes 4,000. So we'll go 5 times faster than you. I'm going to put it this way. You don't even need a nuclear warhead on that. Do the math. I did. You can download the formulas if you really want to. The amount of megajoules released if you take a 1-ton delivery system, just fill it with cement, and you drop it at 20,000 kilometers per hour into a city. The impact crater, it's going to be like a very, very large meteor hit in the middle of that city. You can destroy a city without any nuclear weapons. 1 missile, 11 warheads, 11 giant craters. I'll go right through any modern building. I'll go right through any building, modern or not modern. There's nothing going to stop that. Not with the amount of megajoules it's going to be kicking off on kinetic energy alone. And the shockwave that's going to come out. I'm figuring with a hit like that, the crater would be about 20 meters deep, if not deeper. That would be about 66 feet plus in crater. Depending on the soil, of course, too. Oh, yeah, because we don't have the technology. Difference is, it was cheaper for our companies to buy rights to technology, a lot of technology from different countries, than put into R&D. But now, thanks to throwing us in the briar bush, mass investments in R&D. And once those investments start, you got to justify where you put money in investments so you continue them. Thank you, America. Thank you, Europe. You finally did it. I'm seriously, you finally did it. You freed us of you. Thank you. And you gave us away all the plants that you built for yourself for our market and other markets for free, basically. Pennies. So again, thank you. I really want to thank you for all of that. Wow. I mean, that's a divorce where, one side just says, screw it, have my mansion, have everything, I'm leaving. That's how I'm going to punish you. And you did. Oh, you did. So either way, expect our goods on the market, on the world market even sooner. More goods. We already have goods. We feed ourselves. We fuel ourselves. We build our own cars. And if not, whatever we need, we also get from China. So huge, huge amounts of government money going in for anybody who's building plants. I mean, look, if you're building a plant that'll substitute an import, land and buildings, if you happen to rent them from the government, are 1 ruble for 3 years. And then there's huge grants for setting up the operation. Oh, yeah. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars worth. So, again, thank you. Well, I got one buddy who works in a paper plant. No, he's a director in a paper company. Prior to all this, 80% of the raw paper they manufactured went to Germany. The Germans made toilet paper out of that. The Germans made writing paper and so on, newspaper. Sold a good chunk of it back to us. They had one plant in Russia to produce stuff other than raw paper, more concrete manufactured goods. In 2022, they opened up 3 more plants. They got 2 more plants they're going to be opening up. 70% of Russian cardboard's coming from them. Thank you. No more imports needed. If the things even came back online tomorrow, everything was hunky-dory, your companies wouldn't get nearly the market share you had before. Thank you. So, just remember, Zelensky, who does kickbacks to the big guy, he's important. East Palestine and other parts of America, they can go rot in hell. They're not important. They don't pay. So, good luck. God bless.